Shout out Beware. What up, though? And it's your favorite Pistons podcast, Pro Wrestling Talk for the Pistons fan. Want to find out more about our show, like where to order our official t-shirt or how to follow us on social media? Visit our Linktree /PWTPF. That's linktr.ee/PWTPF. And thanks to our premier sponsor, ticket-barter.com. See you at the seats. Y'all know what I'm going to say, dog. It's back to the Money Mondays, man. Let's get it. Thug Motivation 101. Y'all know I love that Jeezy album, dog. I love the beats on there. I love the inspiration. I love that one too. Man, what happened to rap music? I used to love her. My goodness. I just got a couple streams of consciousness about the Pistons. Congratulations to them. They just won their 45th game. Please don't sneeze at that. And we'll win another game this year. 45 wins is a lot. That's a lot. Actually, it made me remember 2005, 2006. Was it? No, 2004, 2005. Cleveland won 50 games. And the thing that blew me away about that was in 2005, they did not have a draft pick. I'll never forget this. And that's when I was like, okay, that guy LeBron, he might be all right. You know, like it was just like basically, and there's no disrespect to anybody on that team because I just can't. I just remember like the major players were LeBron and Zydrunas Ilgauskas. And again, no disrespect to Zydrunas Ilgauskas. But I'm like, how I didn't even know who Zydrunas Ilgauskas was. Like LeBron just got 50 wins with Zydrunas Ilgauskas. And I'm like a low-key LeBron hater. But it's two people that stand out to me in his career where I was like, okay, all you can do, like I said, just tip your cap. LeBron and Zydrunas Ilgauskas win 50 games his second year, and LeBron won a championship with Matthew Dellavedova. I never heard of Matthew Dellavedova ever again after that season. He was getting clocked. Again, no disrespect to Matthew Dellavedova, but I'm just saying. Great players make other players good. That is about, I feel like in his prime, like if I would have been out there with LeBron would have been like, come on, Joe, let's go. Like, stand right here. Like the ultimate great players making okay players good is Michael Jordan. You know, you guys thinking John Paxson and Steve Kerr. He like, stand right there, I'm about to pass it to you, not for the game, for the championship. I like when they throw in the huddle and Steve Kerr tell Michael Jordan, I'm going to be open. And Jordan is, I'm not listening. You can tell as he's walking off the court, he is going to be open, though. Is there a behind the scenes for that 93 shot with John Paxson? I would love to have been in the huddle because, that was the fourth quarter. The Bulls had only scored 9 points, all of them by Michael Jordan. Can you imagine getting in the huddle? Because that was a design play. If you watch it, over and over and over, that's what they wanted to do. They wanted, if we've only scored 9 points this quarter, all by me, and then you get in the huddle and Phil be like, we're going to go to John on this one. I'd be like, what the heck? A win is a win, but when you're the real champion of that play is Horace Grant because he got it at the rim and had the presence of mind because anybody else would have been like, I'm trying to lay it up and get the foul. He was just like, I got to stick to the play, going right back out to John. And I said all that to say that 45 wins is a lot of wins. I said all that. I went way down that rabbit hole to say man, congratulations to the Pistons. In my most non-biased, objective way ever, I truly think Cade Cunningham is the MVP. I really do. This is my opinion. If you want to come on the show and argue with me about this, you can't miss 2-3 weeks and then be like, oh, I'm the MVP. Nah. Every time, for the most part, unless he was okay, everybody's injured. Okay, surprise. Everybody in the NBA is injured, right? It's just that the game is aggressive. They're essentially playing football with no pads. That's why a player let's say a Dwayne Wade, Carmelo Anthony, that's why they essentially wore pads. They had the long stocking things, pause. But those two players in particular, they come to mind because the technology had advanced. So if you look, those weren't sleeves. Those sleeves had elbow pads built into them. Even when they had the leggings up under, those had knee pads and thigh pads built into them because their style of play was so aggressive. Not only are the players legitimately injured, but then think about all the little minor injuries that don't make the any report, things that happen to you in the house where you're like, man, I wouldn't be able to hoop today, a severely jammed finger, a bad cut where you're like, man, I can't stop this little cut on my hand. They just play through it. They don't even sniff the injury report. And in my opinion, MVPs are all right, I'm playing. And then you can be the player and Kawhi Leonard is one of my favorite players to watch play when he's healthy, right? Or you could take the route I'm not here for individual awards. I'm sitting out until I'm healthy, right? And in my opinion, SGA, Joker, those guys have just opted out by missing so much time. You're hey, I don't really need the individual war. I'm here for it. And that's fine because, yes, championships, rings, that's what matters. But, like, okay, so you're excluded yourself. Cade plays through everything, right? So for this season, he's the real MVP of the regular season. He even checks the box for best player on best team. Hey, we have the best records. All right, don't be mad at me. The only other players that I would say would remotely come close to him are Anthony Edwards, because I believe like Anthony Edwards is just one of those guys. He's just gonna fall out the bed and score 50 points, right? Like the game just comes so easy to him. And then Jaylen Brown. The thing with Anthony Edwards is he just don't care. Like he just like to my at least that's the vibes he gives. Maybe I'll meet him and be like, wow, this guy really cares. Like, he's like, I'm not even here for like I don't know what Anthony Edwards is. Like, he's just so intriguing to me. Like, I would love to meet him. Like, because he's the type of dude who'd be like, hey, could you win the title this year? He'd be like, I could, but I don't know, man. I don't know. I was going to go over mom's crib for a second. Anthony, man, y'all won the gold medal. Where's it at? Oh, man. I ain't opened my mail in a couple years. He treated every game like a pickup game. Like, and then sometimes in the second quarter, all right, I'm done playing. I put up 30 in the first. It's clear can't nobody guard me, so what else I got to prove? 30 in the first. Yeah, but the NBA is scripted to an extent. Like, I wouldn't be shocked if like SGA or Joker they win it, and I'm not saying they don't deserve it, but they just haven't had as good a season because hey, you know, like that's what's good for business right now. International player, Canadian player, Joker won it more time. You know, that's what they want to say. They don't want to be a kid from Texas. He's kind of laid back, goes to independent wrestling shows. That's not marketable. You know, give it to Anthony Edwards. He might not show up for the presser. Be like, that's today. Y'all think Tatum should come back? I don't know. I just put that out there. Hit me up in the Discord. Also, y'all been watching those videos with Bianca Belair, like doing her. Man, that's crazy. She broke her hand. That like think about that. She broke her finger and been out a year, and the rehab looks so painful. When she posts those videos, I'll be like, oh.
This is Brian Shook, a.k.a. Brother Brian, and you are listening to Pro Wrestling Talk for the Pistons fan. You can keep all your high-flying top rope stuff, give me an elbow drop from the middle turnbuckle all day, every day, and twice on Sunday. Excellence of execution.
Before I talk about the Elimination Chamber, did y'all see the Dana White dropped a list of boxers signed to like the Zuffa Boxing? That's crazy. He got over 100 boxers in like a month. Like, that's, again, tip your cap. That's like, wow, this guy is serious about this. Like, because it was the big laughing stock joke for a while. I remember I went to Vegas and there was a Zuffa Boxing shirt because he tried this years ago. There was a Zuffa Boxing shirt on clearance for like $3. And I was like, whatever happened to this? The guy at the store was like, I don't know. It's like they had dropped off a bunch of shirts and then kind of just fizzled out. But he ain't playing out. And the great thing about this show is I'm a fan. I'm not me. I don't get media passes to the game. You know, my mind started immediately clicking like, okay, this video game about to be the next UFC video game about to be dope because they're gonna actually have. I know they already got knockout mode where you can't like put holes, but I'm like, we could actually have like this could be the start of our next big boxing game, right? Like I'm like, okay, this gonna be. Couple thoughts on Elimination Chamber. So Netflix really got aggressive with blocking VPNs. Did y'all notice that? Because I don't have the ESPN subscription. I don't have it, but they really got it. Like you would watch it for like 20 minutes and then be like, looks like you're using a VPN. And then I just switch from Australia to Britain, and I'm like, you're gonna have to catch me in Britain now, brother. So yeah, that hella sucks. And then on top of that, the pay-per-view in general, it hella sucked. For everything, like I said, there's in the NBA, everybody's injured and you just don't know. There's a lot of things that don't make the injury report and stuff like that. So there could be a lot of stuff going, a lot of injuries in the background and stuff like that we don't know about. So maybe if I'm like, wow, like after you get the back, just the fact that y'all pulled off this show, you know, and I'm not putting it down there with December to dismember or anything like that. I just didn't really enjoy it. I feel like for the depth of the talent pool that the WWE has right now, it could just, the output could just be much better. And then they had the Danhausen debut. Shout out to Detroit. I hope I can have Danhausen on the show. When I said that, like, I just got to speak it into existence. But you know what the first thing I thought about with the debut? Because it felt flat to me in my basement. You know what I'm saying? Brodus Clay. It felt just like remember when Brodus Clay debuted, everybody was like, okay, somebody called my mama. Like, what's going on? I mean, but Naomi, she's kind of fly, you know? Like, but maybe it was stomping in the arena. Maybe it was one of those, hey, you gotta be there. I was like, all right. And it's Lent right now, and I'm not drinking. It was one of those things like I was glad I was watching the show by myself, right? Because if I was watching with a casual, I wouldn't be. I can't explain this. I mean, you know, I can't. I thought the funniest part of the show, just the last couple weeks, or maybe just the last week, is when they unmask the masked man and they're like, it's a nobody. Like, can you imagine? Ma, I got cast. I'm gonna be on WWE tonight. What's your role? I'm a nobody. Just thank God, like, none of those nobodies were a black guy. Because can you imagine the backlash? Oh, the black guy got to be the nobody, huh? I mean, I was like, since you're doing this, the fake masked man thing, like, imagine if one of those dudes, like, the second to the last one before Seth, imagine if one of them was Danhausen. Like, that would have been, like, for me, I thought that would have been dope. I'm trying to be positive, but, like, everything, like, okay, so I got the blackout, no WrestleMania watch parties. NXT is not going to be it. The Stand and Deliver is going to be, like, a week before in St. Louis, and it's just like, oh, man, this road to WrestleMania got a lot of potholes. And I'm the type of dude, I hype up, like, stupid stuff. Like, stuff that don't matter. Like, what podcast, talking about the Pistons and the retro release of LGN wrestling figures, right? But I know my wife is, like feeling that I'm not excited because she's like, are we still going to WrestleMania? That's what she asked me. She's like, all right, she was serious. Like, I mean, we don't have to go. And she knows that I really enjoy this. So she knows, like, the disappointment is, like, just starting to sit in, like, every moment. But like I said last show, like no matter how this, I don't want to hear like I'm not watching. You can kind of watch WrestleMania, okay? like I know we're at like all time vibe. This is like down there. What was WrestleMania? What was the WrestleMania with Lawrence Taylor and Bam Bam Bigelow? This is down there as far as excitement. So I don't really know, but I'm still gonna watch. I'm not gonna front like I ain't watching. Okay, you're lying. I just want to mention this. I've been trying not to squeeze too much into a show, but I did watch the UFC card, and I just wanted to say this from like a fan perspective again. Notice when they have the WWE and the UFC in the same night, the WWE is going to end sharply at 10 right before that UFC main card starts, right? So you can always kind of predict like, okay, they're not going to run late tonight. The other thing is, y'all know I've been like, just thank you for your support. We're the average number of listeners per episode is just like getting crazy. So we did finally like get sponsorship levels. We have them as low as $8.99 per month. $8.99 per month. What podcast do you know is going to give you some sponsorships, some shout outs for as low as $8.99 per month? So you can find that on our link tree. Please pass that along. We're the only podcast that has our own podcast seat. So listeners of the show can sit in, and they do. You can ask Otis, you can ask Mike, you can ask RJ, you can ask Wyatt, you can ask Brees. Like they're like, yeah, we just hit him up, and he's always giving us seats. So yeah, so I mean that's a benefit. We're not just pocketing it. Like I'm no rich man, and then it does help because like there's a lot of streaming services to watch wrestling on, and so that helps me so I can have access to these things. Right, I don't have to pay out of pocket. So and then we have them all the way up to like. You can be a premier sponsor like Ticket Barter, like $2,900 too. So anyway, if you pass that on, if you know anybody interested, Pistons Pro Wrestling Fans at gmail.com. Link in the link tree. Mason, hit them one time.